Thirsty beta males denying their own SMV to settle for post-wall females over 30. That is the topic of tonight's coaching video. So let's crack right into this. What is up with all of these thirsty betas in their 30s and 40s who are at the peak of their sexual marketplace value, right? Let's call it what it is, right? These guys are at the peak of their sexual marketplace value, right? They're in their mid 30s to mid 40s, right? Their value is at the highest it ever will be at any point in their lives. Yet, here they are completely ignoring that fact and pushing all that aside to settle for a post-wall female over 30 who likely kicked them in the balls back in their 20s, right? Because a lot of these chicks are former hotties, right? You ever see these former hotties over 30? Like just getting off the CC, right? Just got off the CC, can no longer get the alpha chads, right? Or maybe she had a baby, right? Maybe she had a baby with one of those guys. Her baby dad is alpha chad, but now she's looking for the beta provisioner to support her, take care of her, create a family with her, right? And you guys are just dumb enough to do it. You come to the rescue. You're like Superman. You fly in there with your cape, right? Shh. I'll save you, Lois. Right? And you save her. And what have I taught you guys about hooking up with a girl who is in her 30s and 40s? You were not her first choice, right? So if you married a chick in her 30s and 40s, you were likely not her first choice, because her first choice were those alpha bad boys that she was able to get back in her 20s, right? When she was at the peak of her sexual marketplace value. Because back then, when she had all that power, she was able to get those guys. But since she didn't settle with any of them out of her own foolishness, right? Now she's, she tried to ride out her hand. She rode the CC. Now she has to settle for what she can get in her 30s and 40s. So you see a lot of these women who are unmarried, still single, over 30. Damage guys, right? The DG. All of these girls, they have to settle, right? And I don't want you to be one of those guys that is so thirsty and living in such scarcity that you're willing to just overlook your own SMV, your own sexual marketplace value as a man in your prime, and save one of these women and become her beta provisioner when you don't have to, right? You don't have to. That's like saying, hey man, you know what? Here's a free coupon to go to the Lambo dealership. Go pick yourself out a new Lambo, a new Aventador. Okay, any color you want. And then you go, say the guy's like, here you go, here's your coupon. You deserve it, man. You've worked hard your entire life. You deserve it. And then instead you go, nah, it's okay. Can I just get a Toyota? I don't think I deserve a Lambo. It's like, you don't want the Lambo? You just want the Toyota? Yeah, but not a new one. I want a 92. Like, why do you want a 92? That's what I feel I'm worth. I want a 92 with balding tires, dents in it, barely runs. That's what I want. So, okay, so you don't want the Lambo. And just the guy being completely mystified that you're just completely, the salesman being mystified that you're just completely just kicking yourself in the nuts. The girl is no longer kicking you in the nuts. You're kicking yourself in the nuts. Don't be one of these guys, man. Realize your value, right? I did a coaching video on this on my channel about being in your mid 30s to your mid 40s. Okay, even for you guys in your 50s, I'm closing in on that pretty soon too myself. And my value is higher than it's ever been. And no way, man, am I gonna go save anybody, that threw me in the water back then. Neither should you. Or threw me back in the water. So Yeah, guys, you got to realize your own value and stop like rationalizing to yourself why you should be with this woman. I get so many guys in my comments saying stuff like, I don't relate to a 22-year-old. I relate better to a 52-year-old. They're more mature. They're more mature, mister. And I'm like, dude, are you seriously telling me that just because you're 50 or 52 years old that, you know, these women are suddenly and magically mature? No, dude, read some of these comments below from women who are in their 50s, even their 60s, you know, like cursing like a sailor, acting like we're on a playground, and they're still in pigtails, like throwing out these personal insults. You want to tell me about mature? Get out of here, dude. It's like, yeah, are there immature women in their 20s? Of course there are, plenty of them, right? But it depends where you look. I mean, if you're going to straight to the clubs, yeah, you're going to find plenty of immature skanks over there that, you know, because I mean, I've seen those type of girls too. They're like, oh, I would never date a guy 2 years older than me. That's gross. Just 2 years old? No. Even just a year older is okay, but 2? No. You know, and I always call these girls out. I'm like, yeah, you shouldn't, because you're not mature enough. You got to date a little boy like your age, right? You got to date a guy, you should probably date a guy younger than you, just because you're so immature and you could be on the same like mental level, right? I always call these girls out when girls try to, you know, young girls try to be like, oh, no, that's, oh, gross. I'm like, yeah, you're not mature enough, which is true, right? I'm not saying anything that's news here. I mean, it's true, because I've dated plenty of girls. Like one of the girls I'm dating now is 19, super mature, right? And she wants to be a doctor, and she's like at one of the best universities right now, super mature. And she's like, I would never date a guy my own age. She's like, no, they're all retarded, right? That's her choice, right? She wants to date older guys, and she's way more mature than many of the women, like even some ex-girlfriends that I've had, or, you know, girls that I've grown up with that were hot that are now in their like 40s. Way more mature than those girls. So I don't buy that. I mean, you're just really coping at that point when you say shit like that. I just need a woman my own age because we just have more in common. Yeah, you're just really backwards rationalizing to yourself why you don't want to go out there and do what you need to do as a man, which is exercise your prime, your sexual marketplace value, and get what you're worth. You don't want to get what you're worth. You want to just kick back and settle, right? Because it doesn't take much work. So here you are bullshitting yourself like, no, I'd rather have her be my own age. So you settle for these post-wall females over 30 that were kicking you in the nuts back in your 20s. Girls that ignored you, girls that rode the CC. Obviously they did, because they're still single, right? There's no reason these girls are still going to be single in their 30s and 40s and 50s unless they're widowed, right? They lost their husband through an accident, or maybe he went to war, he's in the military, maybe he got some disease or something like that, right? You never know. I mean, if she's widowed, different story, right? But I'm talking about women that voluntarily rode the CC, voluntarily chose not to get married in their 20s, wanted to ride out their hand to see what they could get, constantly searching for that BBD, the bigger, better deal. And for you suckers who enter relationships with these post-wall females in their 30s, 40s, and 50s, they're gonna keep doing that. Why do you think they're still single? Especially if they're hot. What I tell you guys, super red flag if the chick's super hot, still hot, she was a former hottie, and she's now in her 30s, 40s, 50s. It's like, how did not a single guy put a ring on this girl's finger? Not a single one? It's because this chick's hypergamous as shit, right? She's constantly looking for the bigger, better deal. And guess what? Just because she's over 30 post-wall now doesn't mean she's gonna stop. She's gonna keep going out there, you know, and endlessly fishing to see what else she can get, even while she stays with you. I know the type of girl. So don't act like these, you know, post-wall females over 30 that are still single are anything to brag about, because we know what they're about, right? Guys who are red pill know what they are about. Guys who are blue pill, hey, they're still in the dark. They're, you know, they don't know any better. But guys who are red pill, we know. We're like, hey, these chicks, there's a reason they didn't get married in their 20s. There's a reason no guy put a ring on her finger, right? There is a reason for this. It's because she was out there riding the alpha chads of the world. She had an annual pass on the CC. You know, even if this girl was in relationships, because she might try to tell you that, like, oh, I had a 10-year relationship in my 20s. It just didn't work out. It's like, you know why? Because likely you were cheating on that guy. Because whenever I hear girls tell me like, I was with the same guy throughout my entire 20s. Did you get married? No. Okay. What were you doing? Just boyfriend, girlfriend? Oh, okay. Why didn't you get married? Why didn't you take it further? I don't know. He just wasn't the right one. It's like, yeah, he wasn't the right one. Meanwhile, you were riding the CC in your 20s. You were cheating on that guy. I never believe these girls. Like, if they ever say, oh, I was in this long-term relationship 5-10 years in my 20s. We didn't get married, didn't have kids. You never cheated on him? No. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You did. Right? That's why you're still single now, is because you keep doing it. And if I start dating you now, we're in our 30s, you're going to keep doing it, right? You're going to keep trying to get the BBD because that's what you're programmed to do. Like I've told you guys, some women are able to suppress that side of them. And, you know, it's not that much work for them. But for other women, they can't. They're like crack addicts, right? They're like shaking. Oh, I got to see what else I could get. I got to see what else I could get. No matter how good of a man you are. And this is why I say a lot of these post-wall females over 30 are DG, right? They're DG. So I'm gonna wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets. Do not forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube. So make sure you hit that notification bell as well. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill content I'm teaching you guys even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I am talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s only, okay? 8s, 9s, and 10s. I teach you guys how to go out there and find, meet, and attract the youngest, hottest, and most highest caliber women out there, okay? I am a professional pickup artist. I've been doing this my entire adult life, you know, for the last 2+ decades, believe it or not. And I've taught thousands of guys all around the world, thousands of very successful guys who've gone on to very successful relationships with very attractive women. Some of these guys send me photos. I'm super jealous when I see some of these girls. I'm like, oh, I taught you, right? And some of these guys have even married these girls, right? Some of these guys have like found some really cool girls and have sent me photos, we've done video chats together with a girl they've met, you know, thanks to my programs and my teachings. And a lot of these chicks are just super cool. Like I said, sometimes I even get jealous. I'm like, man, where did you dig this chick up? She is so hot. She is so cool. She is so nurturing. Yeah, it's just insane. But this is stuff I teach you in 7 Months to Mastery, right? This is probably the only red pill pickup program, game program that you'll find out there, okay? I'm probably the only pickup artist you'll find out there that is actually teaching not only pickup and dating advice, but red pill pickup and dating advice. So you can protect yourselves out there. So you know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, that's what makes my program so unique and so valuable. And guess what? The first month is only $1, okay? It's only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lessons. So take advantage of it while you still can. Okay, it's only $1 for the entire first month, and all you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.